She has been playing tennis around the world for so many years, making her little start in her career with a bronze and a silver medal at 31st SEA Games right in her hometown, Vietnam. And today I have such an honor to talk to her. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our young tennis star, Chanelle Nguyen. How have the last few days of yours in Hanoi? How was that?
It's been amazing so far. It hasn't been too hot, so I wasn't dying on court. But so far everyone's been super nice, and it's been fun playing for my country.
But Chanelle, you don't look certainly like a Viet. Are you a mix? Like, what are your ethnicity?
Yeah, so I'm actually half Vietnamese, half Filipino.
Oh, really?
My dad is Vietnamese, that's why I have Nguyen as my last name. But yeah, my mom's Filipino.
But your family, they moved to the States
yeah.
long time
So
ago?
my parents, they met in Miami, Florida. So I was born in Miami, but my dad grew up in Tay Ninh actually. So that's where my sponsor is located, which I'm gonna go visit after this. But yeah.
So let's talk a bit about your main career. So at what age did you start this sport?
So I started playing at 6 years old.
Oh wow, that's really young.
Yeah, my parents were actually watching TV and ESPN, the sports channel was on, and they were looking for something for me to do in the summer, like a summer activity. And so they brought me to a local tennis club, and I remember stepping onto the court and I loved it from the start. And
it's just love in the first time.
Yeah, and so from there I was playing tennis nonstop before school, after school, and then I was homeschooled in middle school so I could play tournaments.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you actually go for all your family let you to be homeschooled so that you can focus and invest more in this tennis field.
Yeah, I was playing so many tournaments and missing so much school that teachers were getting mad. And when you're homeschooled, you can take, it was on the computer, so I can take the work with me and travel and work at my own pace. So yeah, played all the junior slams, and then I went to college at UCLA and I got a full scholarship there. Played 4 years and turned pro right after, so.
Back in the day when you were homeschooling, right? Did you fight hard to make friends with everyone?
So actually, I played a lot of tournaments, and there's a lot of girls, and I made friends from people all over the world. So I'd always see my friends at tournaments, and then I would always train with other girls. So it was actually pretty easy for me to make friends.
Oh,
yeah.
So basically you made friends with other tennis players who was girls.
Yeah, I would say 90% of my friends are tennis players.
Oh wow.
Pretty much, yeah.
But do you feel you should, or do you think that you should make friends with other people in different other profession as well, to expand your network?
Oh, for sure. And I feel like you can learn a lot from people with different careers and different sports too.
Or people from all walks of life.
Yeah, and I feel like through tennis and traveling, I've seen so many different cultures and met so many different people. So I've made a lot of friends despite being homeschooled, but it worked out.
Yeah, I think it sounds really nice because normally homeschooling is kept for people who
are alone, and I know when I tell people I'm homeschooled, they're like, oh no way.
I know.
But luckily it turned out fine for me, hopefully.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. But back in the day, when you were small, right? When you were, because you said you started your career professionally when you were 11. Right? And do you think it was super tough for you to keep up with the training and all the schedule that you got to stick with? Yeah,
so luckily I had a good coach and a good training program, but it was I started training as a professional tennis player at a really young age. I was training about 4 hours a day of tennis, and then about almost 2 hours of fitness. So, and this was Monday through Saturday. So I definitely put in a lot of work, but I feel it definitely paid off later in my career.
Yeah, sure,
So.
sure. I actually had a look on your achievement, and like we all know that like you are super like successful in your career in this like tennis like field. But do you actually like remember exactly like one of your first like success that made you like real proud by yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it started out, I remember just winning like 10 and unders in Florida, or my local hometown. Then it was the nation, and I was like top in the nation, and then pretty soon when I was 14 I started playing all over the world.
Oh wow.
So but I guess one of my greatest achievements is being 3 in the nation in collegiate tennis and winning NCAAs, which is like basically the highest achievement you can get in college tennis.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. But was there many like year like people at your age got that achievement too?
It's really hard to win a national title.
Yeah.
It's like really prestigious because there's so many factors that have to.
Oh yeah.
You have to have a good team surrounding you, like your mental,
Yeah, for
physical.
sure,
Like
for
you
sure.
have to have a good. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like so many things that go into it, but
You made it.
yeah, so far I feel like I've accomplished a lot of my goals, but there's still a lot more that I want to pursue, and hopefully I can achieve them.
Yeah. So like I remember like you had a week training with Roger Federer and Ivan. Yeah, exactly. In 2018, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember think like that were like the highlights of your career.
Oh my gosh, that was one of the best moments
Exactly.
ever. I'll always remember that. Just
Yeah,
because,
come on, like shares everything about that moment.
I mean, it's like I spent literally a week with the best player of all, the greatest player of all time, and not only was he super nice, but I learned a lot from him, and I asked him. I was able to see how he trained and what his like day-to-day life was, and he's super nice. So I'll like he'll always be my favorite player, and I'll have so much respect for him. Yeah.
But like why? Like I didn't get it. Like how did you get that chance? I think it's like one-time live chance of like
Yeah.
everyone.
So my friend at the time got asked to train with him.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I was able to tag along, and it just happened that I was able to spend a week with him and Yvonne, and it was literally just us 4. It was like pretty private. He practiced at a private house before Wimbledon.
Oh.
And I got to see what their practices were like, and I actually got to kind of watch over his kids and like teach them how to grip his racket and talk to them a little bit. But
Yeah.
he was super nice, and sometimes like when I'll see him at tournaments, he'll still say hello, and it's like really cool still.
So like what motivated you to like stick with this field that long? You know, I think it's been like your whole life spending time like on tennis.
Oh yeah. So I think just the dream of finally playing pro tennis, and there's like lots of stages in your career that lead up to it. But I feel like I'm at a good place in my life where I can focus and put my full attention on playing professionally. And yeah, so, but it is definitely a long career, and you have to have like the right people surrounding you and making sure that you're in a good head space and physically, because you're playing non-stop.
Oh
and
yeah,
there's like,
I can tell you travel all the time.
yeah, and then injuries, but luckily I've been pretty good about my body. So, but yeah, definitely tennis is, I could play my whole life, I feel like.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because I get like super competitive, and I'm like, I feel like it's just like, it'll always be.
So like how has tennis impacted your life in general? Like how would you be without tennis?
So I feel like, I mean, honestly, the thought of not having tennis in my life, I couldn't even, I don't know what I'd be doing, because I feel like naturally I'm such a competitive person, but it's impacted my life in so many ways. I've met so many amazing people and made so many friendships and connections all over the world, and I was able to get a full scholarship to one of the best universities.
Wow.
And yeah, so I feel like it's definitely changed my life for the better, and hopefully my kids can play one day, because that'd be great.
Oh yeah, that'd be like the cutest.
Yeah.
Like remember like whenever we just like we're just like so passionate with something, right? We always wish that like our kids or like even our like beloved one, like family and close friend would be like able to follow that too.
Yeah.
Like everyone going to like the same path all together, it'd be like the best.
I think it would be good because I know exactly like the pathway to take if they, whether they want to play college tennis or go pro. I feel like I have like enough experience to help others or my kids if they want to do that. So I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we've been talking about like kind of like the bright side of this year, but what like the other side? Like what is the like toughest aspect about being like a tennis athlete?
So yeah, there's definitely a lot of there's like a downside, I guess, cons that a lot of people don't know about. I guess one of them would be dealing with bettors. That's kind of like a new thing with like social media and stuff. So I'll get like hate messages sometimes on my Instagram or like Facebook saying, because like people bet a lot of money. So, but I try to kind of block myself out of it and like not listening to them, because it definitely, I mean, that's like the last thing you want to see if you lose a match.
Yeah.
So dealing with that, and then also tennis is just a super individual sport. You're not like with your teammates, or you're literally traveling by yourself or maybe your coach the whole time. And it's not like you sign a contract and you get money even though you're injured. If you're injured, you can't play, and then you can't make money. So, and there's a lot of things that go into that. And when you play tennis, we only get about 3 weeks off around the whole year.
Really?
Yeah, whereas other sports, they get like a long off season.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so I think like that's pretty much about like your profession. So now let's talk about your personal life. And I actually like had a look on your Instagram, right? And I can feel that like kind of like a Instagram model and like kind of vibe. So do you have any like intention to follow this path as like a influencer, for example?
I try to focus on my tennis side, but of course, I mean, if I get brand deals that have that align with what I want to do with tennis, whether it's like active clothing or supplements, like sports supplements, something like that. Of course, I'll think about like working with them. But I mean, it is, I guess, like the more fun side of tennis, because you know it's always like travel and practice and working really hard. So I mean, maybe eventually, I think it would be cool to like start my own tennis fashion line and design dresses and stuff.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, so I've always like loved fashion, I have like this creative side of me that sometimes like when I have free time, I'll like draw sketches or something. So maybe I'll do that in the future.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because like I think like all of the because like we all know like all the athletes. I don't know about you, but like all the athletes that I know, they don't have that like intention to follow this like the sport that they are doing like forever, right? So I think like they is only like a backup plan or something later on. Then I think like a tennis like a close line would be like perfect to you.
Yeah, so that's like one thing. I actually have a lot of things in mind because I feel like I'm a very creative person. So I definitely want to do something like start a podcast or maybe write a book or something where my main goal is to inspire and help other people. So using my platform. So that's what I want to do eventually after tennis. Hey guys, my name's Chanelle.
I'm Chilla, and today we are going to Halong Bay, so
come along with us.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we just got to Halong Bay,
so let's go ahead and check it out. Hạ Long Bay.
Cảm ơn, xin chào.
Cảm ơn và tạm biệt.
So like I can tell like you I mean like as a professional athlete and you get to like travel a lot, right? So do you think like I mean like I know that traveling is a good thing, you know, it's like one of the a privilege that anyone can have. But like do you think it affects like a lot to your personal life, the time when you can't spend with your like beloved one, family and everyone?
Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely, when you're constantly on the road and also kind of by yourself or with your coach, it definitely, you need like a mental break, which is why, I mean, thank God we have our technology where we can FaceTime and speak to friends, but that's why I'm the type of person who, if I'm not happy off the court, like I need to have, when I'm home, like I want to spend quality time with my friends, because I know on the road it's like, it's really tough, especially being a female, because I just feel like you're just a little bit more emotional.
And vulnerable sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So yeah, I just try to spend like quality time with my friends when I'm at home, but it does get tough sometimes. Yeah.
But do you think like sometimes like before the tournament, like you got like so stressful and like the pressure on your like shoulder that like gets you even like don't even want to do anything anymore? Like in that time, how would you cope with that?
Right. I mean, it definitely happens, not just for me, but for a lot of pro tennis players, like male and female. What I like to do personally is, well, I'm Christian, so I like to read either like motivational, like self-help books, or honestly, I like read the Bible, read the daily Bible verse, and that really helps me personally. Or I'll talk to like my best friends, and kind of they remind me what my goals are, and that if it was easy to do, then everyone would be doing it. So of course it's like, it's tough, but I think it will pay off, working hard and staying positive even in the highs and lows. And so yeah, just having, I think what a big thing is just having a good support system.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a great question. Great question.
So like, what would you do usually? Like, what do you usually do like before a tournament? Like, what is the thing that you always go for? Like, you have to do before
tournaments?
Yeah.
Well, of course, making sure my body's feeling good and my body's feeling fresh before tournaments, but just making sure my mind is clear and that I'm excited to play, and honestly just focusing on my goals and reminding myself that I need to achieve them, and I need like each match is gonna be working towards my goals. So I feel like that's an important thing. But yeah.
So like, do you have to like follow any kind of like diet or like healthy lifestyle?
Yeah, so definitely diet is a huge thing. Making sure I'm hydrated, because personally I'm prone to cramping a lot, especially in weather like here in Vietnam. It's super humid and hot, and you lose a lot of water. Yeah. So making sure I'm hydrated and just eating clean, because after a 2 or 3 hour match, my body needs to recover as fast as it can for the next match. So definitely taking care of my body. And then, yeah, lifestyle, to be honest, I don't really go out that much, and I don't drink. But that's like a personal thing. No.
Wow, you are too clean.
Yeah, I mean, but also
that's a good thing. Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so like, who do you think you would be if you wasn't a tennis player?
If I weren't a tennis player, that's a great question. I actually like to sing.
Oh, really? Can you sing?
Oh my God, no. I can sing in the shower, but I've never actually, I get like really shy singing in front of people.
I mean, it happens to everyone, but you can sing.
I can sing in the shower, yeah. I mean, like, I'll work my way up to like singing for you guys. But yeah, I love singing, and I love just being creative. I think naturally I love doing anything with art and photography and like design. So
wow,
yeah, I like that
you
stuff.
are quite like talented in many fields, right?
Thank you.
So like, what is the best advice that somebody has ever like given to you?
Ooh, I feel like I've received a lot of good advice, but the best advice I would say, if I were to give to others, is to not care what other people think, because it just doesn't matter at the end, and you just got to focus on yourself, because it's kind of like a waste of time thinking about what other people think about you. And I guess having a clear mind for your goals. So like if you have your goals short term and long term, then you have like a pathway to where you want to go, and yeah. That's like at least what I can think of at the top of my mind.
I think like that's really nice, because like because do you know what, like in my opinion, for some people like they always take advice from their mentor, right?
Yeah.
But the point is not all the mentors are like good enough for you. I have to say that, because like for some mentors, they are really like push you so much. They put that pressure on you and not really care about your mentality. Yeah, but like what about your mentor? Like, are they like?
Well, so I actually currently I don't have a coach or a mentor, so I'm kind of doing everything on my own right now. Yeah, so I'm like,
wow.
I need to figure that part out when I get back home. But that's why, I mean, I said before that I'm like Christian, so I kind of apply whatever I learned from the Bible to anything I do, honestly, not even just tennis, but anything in my life.
So at least you have something to guide you.
Yeah.
Right?
And so I try to have that mindset with like everything I do. Because also in the end, tennis is just a short, like part of my life. And
what about like the further like goals or like plan? Like how would you see yourself in the next probably like 5 years?
So, I mean, hopefully I can represent Vietnam in Asian Games and also Olympics. That would be like a goal, like dream of mine. That'd be really cool. But just to keep inspiring people, and if I can help people in any way using my platform that I have through tennis, that's my ultimate goal.
So I remember you mentioned about you want to make the podcast, right? Yeah. So do you think like when you be like ready to work that out?
Yeah, so I'm hoping to launch it in about a month or so. But yeah, the main goal of this podcast is I want to help people and inspire people, and I'll be talking about pretty much everything from lifestyle to motivation to mindset. And I'll actually, on my social media, I'll post something where people can ask me questions. And yeah, so the goal is just to inspire and motivate people. But
I think it's like the really like heartwarming idea of yours, because like normally like the social media becomes so like toxic, and like everyone tries to like show off, and but like, you know, using that with like good intention, especially like inspire other and like creates value. You know, that's the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are pretty and you have like a warm heart.
Thank you. You're the best. You're pretty.
And that's all for today, viewers. It was such a pleasure for me to have such an interesting talk with Chanelle here. She's such a sweetheart, and I really love talking to her. And I hope that you guys have learned more about her, as well as learn more about this tennis sphere. And that's all for today. Thank you, viewer, for watching, and I hope to see you next time. It's me, Hang Phung. Bye.